launching advertising billboards toward the players. Holy sh**. Imagine.
Oh, goddamn! Oh, shit!
Well, limbs blown, the tree blew down.
Goddamn!
No.
Oh, shit! Goddamn!
Oh my God!
My whole entire garage is flooded right now.
Fucking God.
Julian felt all over the county. Good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson.
And I'm Kimberly Hunt. The magnitude 4 quake hit at 4:30 was followed shortly by a 3.0 quake. And 10 News reporter Anthony Pura is live in Julian, where they're preparing to cut power because of the winds.
Earthquake rattled Julian early this morning. Julian is about an hour east of San Diego.
At 4:33 p.m. today, it was 8 miles northeast of Julian, right about here, and that's very close to the Elsinore Fault. But I spoke to Tom Rockwell at San Diego State.
PG&E has installed a generator in Julian. And 10 News reporter Anthony Pura is there as residents prepare to be without power for what could be days.
The wind's picking up here in downtown Julian. Take a look at what it's doing to that flag. The strong winds increasing the fire danger tonight. It's a waiting game.
Wife is pretty much worried.
But Michael Dilly is prepared.
Make sure we have gas for the generators in case power goes out because of the winds.
SDG&E is ready too. If the high winds and fire risks force their hand, they'll switch off the power to Julian.
Take me into my office and have your way with me. I love you. Oh, who cares? It's never stopped you before. At least with me, you can keep it in the family.
I'm a different man now. I'll marry Eve and be faithful to her till the day I die.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Is everything all right, Diana?
I think I just had a memory about the past, but I'm not sure. It could have been another nightmare.
Memory about what?
Something to do with this rose bush.
Who is Julian? Are you Julian?
Let's hear it again.
One of 14 wildfires that scarred the people and property of 8 Northern California counties late Sunday and early Monday, incinerated dozens of city blocks in Santa Rosa, destroying so many of the trappings of suburban life, from the Hilton Sonoma Wine Country and Fountain Grove into a technology park, from Applebee's and Arby's to Kmart and Kohl's, she said. We realized early on that this fire, it was going to come into Santa Rosa. Santa Rosa Fire Chief Tony Gossner said Monday night, describing how the department called in every firefighter.
a tree blocking and fire in the roadway. Not sure if you'll be able to get to them. They said that they're just going to be fine going to the friend, but I thought we should check the well.
This fire has taken a big rolling cross toward Bella Vista and this is Coffee and Dogwood Park area. I've been told that the cars that are out in the middle of the street were. And individuals, families starting to filter back in. And you can see it goes on for blocks. Now I'm going to turn that on.
Soda Canyon Road. It's coming. Wind's blowing our direction. It's not a good idea. Yeah, I'm leaving in a minute. Just.
At Atlas Peak. Oh well, we don't want to go up here. No, we don't want to go up here.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything about range in Russell. This is. That looks like a gas. Hey, Ken, that's a gas line.
Is what used to be a mobile home park. I can only see about
McLover, who police arrested and charged with
that adrenaline flow in those type of temperatures.
The fire was allegedly set by Brandon McLover, who police arrested.
And it makes it really hard to stay hydrated. It's just physically draining.
The fire was allegedly set by Brandon McLover, who police arrested and charged with 5 counts of arson. For Byer, who had to evacuate his own home, this news is particularly upsetting.
People are being asked to grab pets and their personal belongings and leave on a 20-minute notice. To know that it was an intentional start is really frustrating.
And CBS News correspondent Jamie Yuccas is joining us from Idlewild, California. So, Jamie, what are some of the challenges firefighters are facing as they try to fight these different fires across the state?
Well, as you can imagine, this one particularly challenging because they've had triple degree heat. You've had temperatures in the hundreds, Vlad. But I want you to look at this. They're also fighting the fact that these fires move so quickly. This is just one of the 5 homes that was destroyed that we were talking about a few minutes ago in that story. And you can see it's still smoldering. So they have a very large fire as well and a lot of hot spots. All it takes is one ember and such dry vegetation here for that fire to just quickly move off and create just a firestorm, really, up hillsides and then taking out homes. When you talk about 4,700 acres, doing the math, that's about 7.5 miles of fire. At this point in time in the morning, the sun's just coming up. They think it's about 5% contained, so they're going to have to work on containment today again in that extreme heat because that's not supposed to end until at the very earliest Friday. Now, I want to show you in these types of fires the very unusual thing that ends up happening too. This house destroyed. The house next door, completely fine. It's standing. There's not a scratch on it. I walked over. The plants are on the deck. People could go eat outside on their deck. So it's one of those things that I just always think that this speaks volumes of how quickly.
An arrest was made in connection to the Cranston fire. Do we have any details about that? I mean, I feel like maybe 1/3 of the time we hear about an arrest when it comes to these wildfires, and it just boggles the mind. Why would anybody, light a match or be careless with fire at all? What can you tell us about this?
That's really the big question here, Anne Marie, and a really good question. Brandon McGlover lives in. That's really the big question here, Anne Marie, and a really good question. Brandon McGlover